Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Mostly Sports Talk. I am your host, Clarence. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk about LeBron and the Flagrant 2. But before I start, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to make sure you get all of my latest content. Hit that notification bell. Now, on to today's topic. And I know it was football Sunday, and basketball is really isn't on anyone's radar until those Christmas games. But for the more hardcore of us, we keep track of everything the entire season. Now, there was an NBA game being played early in the afternoon involving the Lakers and Pistons. Now, normally this would be a pretty uneventful game to talk about. After all, the Pistons are dead last in the East, and even though the Lakers are struggling, this should have been an easy victory for them on the road. However, that was not the case. Now, the doormat Pistons were not rolling over for the Lakers, and they found themselves in a bit of a battle in the third quarter. Now, the Pistons, they have some free throws, and LeBron is in the first position next to the shooter. Now, he's matched up with Isaiah Stewart, who's a second-year player, still trying to carve out a name for himself. Now, I didn't see anything going on between the two during the game. Not sure if anything was said, but Stewart is known to be one of those really play hard, hustle type players that kind of get on your nerves because he's always being rough and touching you and stuff. So that's kind of his reputation. Now, on the second free throw, they start to jostle a little bit for position. And the free throws are made free throws, so there's no rebound to be had. They wrestle a little bit, but they get tangled up. And LeBron's arms swing back, and, well, I'll just play it here while, I'm talking about it. And you can kind of see how things, played out. Now, before I give my perspective, I asked a few people what they thought. Some say that, it was just dirty and intentional. Other people said, there's some intention, but it wasn't dirty since he didn't have any kind of intent to harm him. And he has no track record of being a dirty player. And I heard Stewart was being all extra, way too extra, and he really didn't want to fight. He only got that aggressive once the people got in between him. Then he wanted to act like he wanted all that smoke. And a lot of other people say, yeah, he actually did want that smoke. So even some said LeBron didn't want none of it. So there's kind of three elements that I want to look at when I talk about this. Was it intentional? Was it dirty? And what was the deal between them and the end of the whole thing? Who wanted the smoke? First, while you're watching the loop of the replay, you've seen it a few times now. Let me explain. This wasn't exactly a bang bang type play. It was one of those plays where you're like, dude, stop touching me, get off me. Now, if you look at the replay, LeBron kind of takes a quick little glance back, and he continues with his follow through. For those reasons, I'm ruling this is intentional and dirty. And it's dirty because it was a headshot, and it was exactly where he was aiming. He wasn't trying not to hit him, but he was definitely swinging at his head. I'm not sure what his intentions were. Now, I don't think he meant to bloody the brother up, but he certainly wanted to let him know he ain't going for this over-aggressive play. Now, did he really want that smoke? I can understand people saying it was some WWE type stuff and he only got mad once everybody was all riled up and got in between them. However, I'm going to say he really did want a piece of LeBron from this perspective. Keep in mind, he just got hit pretty good. He stumbles to the ground. He picks himself up, and, he's kind of still in a daze. LeBron's approaching him, and he knows he got hit, but he's not really registering what happened. Then, the blood. He feels the blood trickling down. He tastes the blood in his mouth. He becomes enraged. And then he's seeing LeBron standing there trying to tell him to calm down or apologize or whatever he was saying. And he's thinking like, nah, bruh, that apology ain't going to stitch my eye up. I ain't trying to hear that. Not right now. And a little background on Stewart that I'm sure most people don't know. This dude, he's like 6'8", 250, and he boxed competitively in the past. Anyone willing to get in a fight for fun in the ring, because he wasn't getting paid, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's not afraid to square up with LeBron. And I give anybody in the NBA the benefit of that doubt. I mean, these are world-class athletes. I don't think anybody's really scared of anybody for the most part. Now, I'm going to say LeBron actually didn't want that smoke. And here's why. Not because he was afraid or anything. I think because he knew he was wrong. If you know you're wrong, you don't escalate the situation. Look, LeBron lost his cool. He hit the dude in the face. He's bleeding all over. And he knows, the dude's going to be mad, and he don't want to hear nobody's apology at that point. So he backed up out of harm's way while Stewart was, venting, getting his anger out. And he wasn't in any danger of the guy really getting to him. So, he would have a relaxed posture and not really be concerned about it. He was, from my perspective, it looked like he was sorry. Now, on top of, I'm hearing LeBron try to get his number after the game to call him personally and tell him, he was, sorry about the play. Bottom line is, LeBron is not a dirty player, but clearly that was a dirty play. And, those two things can exist in the same universe. With that being said, I'm going to close it out right here. If this is your first time, don't make it your last. As I was editing this, I did see that they actually handed down the suspensions, giving James 1 game and Stewart 2. So let me know in the comments below. Do you think that the NBA got that right? Should James have been suspended at all? Is 1 game enough, or is it not enough? And should Stewart, the victim, be suspended more games than James? You guys let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.